Good morning, peeps and peepettes, and welcome to day 6 of the Barrington Tops Bridle Track or Bust ride. We were heartily fed last night in Hill End, had a restful night, and now we're up and ready, champing at the bit, so to speak, for the final day of the ride. The Wolfpack is going its separate ways later today, but not before some great riding. The highlights are the dirt of the Bridle Track and Bathurst Mount Panorama, an iconic race circuit in Australia. Then it's on to Crookwell, where we go our separate ways.
I'm just going to do a little bit of a lap around the Hill End.
We start the day's riding with a swing around the old gold mining town of Hill End. You can camp here, you can stay in heritage accommodation, check out the general store, museum, old cottages and the church. You can easily walk around town or just ride past everything like us.
Historic little town. Yeah. The old church. I'm going to park my bike in front of here and take a photo.
The Bridle Track is an historic walking and horse trail running 52 k's between Hill End and Bathurst. It was established in the mid-1800s during the gold rush days. Today it's a popular four-wheel drive track along the Macquarie River, open to camping, fishing and a bit of adventure. It's named from its narrower sections where hopeful gold miners and settlers would mount their brides and ride them carefully to safer sections of the track. And strangely, there would be much hat-waving, thigh-slapping, yee-hawing and tomfoolery while riding those sections. It's also plausible that it's named the Bridle Track as miners and settlers had to lead their horses by the bridle in the narrowest sections. From Hill End, much of the track beginning is windy and hilly, cut into steep sections of the hills. There are a few parts of it that are as rough as guts, but most of the track is pretty good. And there are plenty of sections where you ride along the Macquarie River. Don't forget to stop and smell the roses. Take your time and enjoy the Aussie bush scenes.
Holy shit. Man, that's fun. Yeah. Now coming back from that. That's near vertical there.
There are some recently opened new sections too, big repairs after landslides. You'll notice them easily. And the more you move away from the Macquarie River and get closer to Bathurst, the more open the Bridle Track becomes. You'll be hitting farming land.
You're not doing the wheelie? Come on. Those last stretches are nice. Oh, that does some work. Wow. Just chisel that out.
Now, if you don't know Bathurst and Mount Panorama, it is best known as the home of the Bathurst 1000 motor race, a 1000k touring car race which has been held here each year since 1963. The circuit is 6.2 k's in length and features 23 turns, and its longest straight is 1.9 k's. I'll speed up my ride around it to mimic the lap time the cars will do. Enjoy the ride. Cars will be leaving some rubber behind as they take off from pit straight. Come on guys, friggin' pin it! Pin it! Then it's into Hell Corner, so named because of the crashes it's seen. Then it's up Mountain Straight. The touring cars will be hitting 250 k's an hour. Mount Panorama hosted motorcycle races back in the day, but lack of runoff areas and an increased focus on safety mean that's no longer the case. We can thank the Wowzers for that. Thanks, Wowzers! From screaming up Mountain Straight, it's into Griffin's Bend, which is negatively cambered and has claimed many eager drivers. Then we're soon into the Cutting, one of the tightest corners on the circuit and with a 1 to 6 gradient exit. Then it's through Quarry Corner. We go past Reed, Sulman and McPhillamy Parks as we swing around to the left and we hit the highest parts of the circuit. Now you can enjoy the views along Brock's Skyline, which ends with a steep right-hander starting the descent of the mountain. And you're quickly into the Yeses, which ends with a steep and sharp left-hander, the Dipper. Then it's around Forest Corner and onto Conrod Straight, the fastest part of the Mount Panorama circuit. The touring cars will be flirting with 300 k's an hour as they head down Conrod. There have been driver deaths on this circuit and down Conrod Straight, an absolute disaster at 250 k's an hour. At the end of Conrod Straight, drivers hit the Chase at speed, which was added in 1987 to adhere to FIA rules. The left-hander Murray's Corner will then take you back onto Pit Straight, and that's Mount Panorama, bloody legend of a track. Heading into Crookwell now for a break. From Crookwell, Stretch and I are heading onto Braidwood, and Appleboy and the Professor to Canberra and back to everyday life. Appleboy loitering at his local Apple store, pretending to be a staff member. The Professor talking, thinking and dreaming about bikes. Stretch hanging off the monkey bars trying to get taller and walking around in his platform sneakers, and Gumby me doing Gumby things. After a couple of days in Braidwood, I hightailed it down the highway back to Melbourne, clocking up 3,430 k's on this trip. If you haven't seen the earlier days riding, check them out. This whole ride has been a hoot. Thanks for making it to the end. Please remember to like and share and subscribe. It makes me feel great when you do that. Until next time, thanks for watching, stay safe, and wear a helmet.